So I'm out here in secret location, BC, about to do some camping, some adventure overland van lifing. But first I'm gonna lower the tire pressure because I'm about to push this thing further off road than I've ever done so far. So lower the tire pressure, probably about 20 PSI, and hit the road. Okay, about to hit the road, so let's go. Dirt. Okay, so here we go. We are going off-roading now, officially. This is the part I don't really want to say worried about, but this is the part where I'm going to be testing this van. So at this point, I filmed the rest of my camping trip, but honestly, it was kind of mediocre footage. Like, it was alright footage, but it didn't really have a storyline. So what I decided to do was, since that was a shakedown test, I thought I would come show you what I discovered during that shakedown test. First of all, what I did learn was I was going to have to tighten every one of the bolts in the rear suspension. So my driver's side rear leaf spring, it was, you could definitely hear it like rattling as I was driving, like on the gravel roads. And I should say I've driven about 1,100 kilometers since I did the install, and the left leaf spring hanger was just loose all around. Like, every bolt needed to be tightened, and it was rattling. So I did that all off camera, but I will show you what I do need to do here is trim. Actually, I'm going to show you on the other side. So I have a lot of tire rubbage on the rear, and I don't know, it might be too dark, but you can sort of see where the paint has been rubbed off. So I'm basically going to cut this fender lip and hammer this back a little bit where all this paint is off. And then I'm going to do some trimming on this back side the same kind of way. And also up in here, I kind of think when I bottom out this, see, there's no the dirt has been rubbed off of this, so I kind of think I'm rubbing here. So I'm just gonna take the hammer and just gonna beat all around inside of the wheel well. I'll show you on the other side because I think it's lighter, but this is gonna come off. This doesn't have the imprint like the other side, but we're gonna do some trimming here. It's like dented where I think the tire has come in contact with it. I think it's honestly, I don't think it's really that bad there. And when I flex this thing out with the jack under one front corner, I actually can't get it to touch. But as you probably heard in that video, it definitely does rub every time I hit a bump. And I only put in this video of me going down the hill, coming up the hill with some speed, trying to carry momentum. Like, it was rubbing pretty bad. So yeah, you can see this one too. I kind of think I'm rubbing up here, so I'm just gonna hit it with a hammer and do some trimming down here. So we get to work. Okay, that is one side done. I sprayed some paint on there, or I guess it was clear coat. I sprayed this on there just to protect you from rust. It's definitely not the best cut, but that goes along with the van. And I know over here I kind of went a little crazy with the grinder, but once it gets dirty, you're not even gonna know. And I feel like I got an ample clearance, and then I hammered that back a little bit. And honestly, if it rubs a little bit up there, I'm not that concerned. But I think we're good to go. So I'm just gonna knock out the other side. I'll see you after that. Okay, I got the front jacked up here. Always use jack stands, even if I don't. But I will say, this is one more thing. It's probably gonna be dark in here because it's 8:13 p.m. right now. But I did some more hammering on here, and obviously it looks terrible. Did some more hammering, trimmed this a little bit further back. And then I trimmed up here. I think I might have been rubbing on this here flange, and I just kind of hammered it back. And I did a little more cutting up here. And I'm kind of done hammering and cutting everything I can hammer and cut. So I'm kind of hoping that all my rubbing issues have been sorted. But I think I'm going to rub a little bit on the front. It's not bad, but I can hear it every now and again when I got the wheels turned. But if you, hold on. I think with 31-inch tires, I think I'm just going to rub, period. That's what's just going to have to happen. I'm going to have to live with it. But I will show you here on my sway bar, it looks like evidence of rubbing. And then right here on the frame is evidence of rubbing. And those are the things that I think I'm just going to have to deal with, because obviously I can't cut or hammer my frame or my sway bar. I guess I could take my sway bar out, but I'm not going to do that. So I'm just going to have to live with it. But it's not bad. I just felt like since I was cutting the rear, I'd try a little bit harder in the front. But anyways, that's it. That's the end of this episode. Shakedown run and more fender trimming. Have a good one. Who does a peace sign now? Anyways, have a good one.